Good afternoon. My name is Michael Gannon. I'm a resident of Markham. Mr. Mayor and councillors, an Englishman, an Irishman and a Scotsman went into a bar and, sorry, that's usually the start of a bad joke. Let me start that again. An Englishman, an Irishman and a Scotsman went onto a tennis court just last week near here. I was one of them. We played with 2 Russians, a Dane, a Lebanese, 2 Chinese, 1 South Korean, 1 Iranian, 2 from India, 2 others of Middle Eastern but origin unknown. How many times have you raised the Russian flag? The English cross of St. George, the French flag on Bastille Day, Scottish flag on Robbie Burns Day, the Danish flag. I understand those communities could make a request, but they haven't. But nevertheless, they still have feelings. The point is, Markham is a lot more diverse than just Chinese and Gwailos. Gwailos, for you guys, that's white people, okay? It's much more diverse than just Chinese and Gwailos. And politics is so fluid that by attempting to pick and choose which flags to fly, how can you ever be sure you're not missing some other deserving faction of our society, or even worse, not upsetting some faction that has issues with values of some particular country? We heard the question about the Vietnamese flag. How can you possibly get it right all the time? Secondly, this great diverse society mostly came from somewhere else. They all left that somewhere else for a very good reason, whatever it was. How can you be sure that they want to see their home flag being celebrated? They left that country for good reasons. Finally, after my 12 years living in Hong Kong, working in China, and Jakarta, and Singapore, if I learned one thing, it was that in-your-face conflict is not the Asian way. You can, of course, get issues resolved, you can improve performance, you can teach best practices, but you go around. You don't go head-on. Flying country flags, to some people, is in-your-face conflict. It's not necessary. So why risk it? Find another way to go around. So by flying country flags, how can you be sure you always get it right? What makes your choice of flags to be raised more deserving of recognition than the ones you don't raise? People emigrate for a reason. And let's avoid unnecessary conflict. I support the motion to stop the practice. Thank you.
Next is Emily Ng, representing